Just wanted to make a quick video, try to make some kind of an instructional video. If you watch any of my videos, believe it or not, I only really play one scale and I move it around really quickly. I taught myself. I used to get books and they'd be really frustrating trying to learn all these different segmented parts of the guitar, and so I decided to go back in history and I studied from Pythagoras, and I studied the quadrivium, how time interrelates with music, and it made it real more simple for me. So basically when you hear any of my videos and I'm soloing, noodling around, I'm playing one scale. That's it, just one scale, and I'm moving it around really fast and changing the root notes around the tonic notes, and that's all I do. So, and you can make rhythms and harmonies and your own chord progressions up once you kind of figure it out. But basically, I broke everything down into 3 shapes that cover the guitar, and then you just repeat it past the 12th fret. And I'm going to play it off of F here for you. The first shape, second shape. So this would be 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you can get this very easily. That's my first shape. Here's the second shape. Starts off of this, the third note here. It goes 1, 2. And then the third shape is going to start off of that third note on the top string. Then you're back to the beginning note, which was up here. And what I use is just the first pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to the 8, which is this first note that you start this whole progression on is the major. If you count to the 6th note there, that's the minor scale. So if you know, basically I use that first part to navigate around. So this first note is always the major. The 6th note away is going to be the minor. So I just played for you the entire F major, D minor scale, okay, going up and down. Now what I learned was how to change the tonics and play the church modes, and basically if you use this as your tonic in your chord progression, you can play any of those notes and it's going to sound major. If you use this as the tonic in whatever chord progression you create out of this pattern, it'll be minor, and it's going to sound minor when you play all of those notes over, but you won't be out of tune. You can just cruise along and jam. As long as you hit those notes, you're always in tune. But if you start mixing it up, if you want that bluesy sound, instead of learning all the notes in between, which is the pentonic, the 5-note scale, I just go to the second, and they call that, I think, the Dorian or whatever, the second. If I use that as my tonic, I could create a real bluesy sound using all those same notes. If I use the 3rd note as my tonic, you can get that Spanish sound. And if you raise the 1, 2, if you raise that note, the 3rd, off of that, when you're using this position as a tonic and you raise the 3rd in that, you'll get that Egyptian sound. And then if you use the 4th as your tonic in your chord progression, or the 5th in your tonic as your chord progression, you get that real new, that kind of like Joe Satriani, Steve Vai sound. It's the Lydian and Mixolydian modes, and then then you have your minor, and you can use also the 7th note as your tonic. There's not a lot of harmonies in there, but you can, and it sounds pretty cool if you want to do that. So I really only know one scale, and it's based around how time. Basically, if you take one string and you divide it up into 12 segments, just like the year is divided into 12 months, and you have 7 months of light and 5 months of darkness. So you assign those 7 notes. You got to know your intervals. To the 7 months of light, and the 5 pentatonic or pentagram. Those 5 dark notes are just the spaces in between. So if you practice all those spaces in between, you're learning, starting with that second there, that's going to be a pentatonic scale of the F sharp. All those spaces in between that I didn't show you. But basically it's just this do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Learn how to play that over and over and over. Just create 3 shapes and then repeat it once you get past the 12th fret. And you know how to cover the whole guitar. And you just use, I only use those 3 shapes in that one scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and I repeat it. And I move it really fast. If I notice the music in the background changes the tonic to a 3rd position, I change that pattern and then I just roll with it, you know. So I don't know if that's going to help anybody. I don't know how clear my visuals were, but just learn do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and then repeat it, do, re, mi, fa, and then learn how to do it everywhere. And you're always on track. So I hope that helps people. Have a great day, people. One love.